So I'd love to move on to some of your the pivots you've made in the business as well,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
obviously the last couple of years of building, and nothing's going to stay the same as it has been from right from the beginning. So
mhm.
could you tell us some of the the
Yeah.
sort of big aha moments that you've that have made you change the way you're delivering?
Yeah, so I'll probably lump I was going to talk about two separate pivots, but I'll probably lump them all in together, to be honest. So the first one is the pack size. So I'm going to tell you what I thought was the right thing to do. I thought launching my product, it comes in a little sachet like this. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I thought launching that in a pack size of 30 made perfect sense. So it made sense from the scientific point of view, obviously around like the build up of the product over a period of time. It worked in my mind of like budgeting point of view. So the customers would buy 30 days and, then they can buy like around their payday and that type of thing. I thought it would work for multiple reasons. 30 just made sense. It's a nice, concise number. Actually, in reality, the pack size 30 to buy a premium product on a pack size 30, having never tried the product, was a really hard sell in the first like 6 months of making the product. But also what it meant was the pack size was too big to fit in Royal Mail large letter, and so it chewed into my margins. So like every penny and pound counts, that especially in startup is like, and I think that I just made it really difficult for myself as I was trying to get people to like latch on to 30 days rather than giving them the opportunity to buy a 14-day pack, which is what we now do. And then also we then allow for the 14 pack to upsell into a 28. So there's lots of reasons why that works. It also works better for our subscriptions, and there's various things that works for. But the main sort of thing was that this wasn't just a one size a problem that when I made the change, it wasn't just fixing one problem. It helped my margin. It helped with us being able to upsell. It helped with us to be able to give like an easier entry point in for like new customers, but also around the pack sizes fitting in people's letter boxes. So the reason why Royal Mail have those letter size packages is that that's what's like the standard size, and I didn't realize that at the time. And so customers, when we first started, we weren't in a lockdown anymore, but we were still in a lot of like people phasing. There was still people taking masks. People were wearing masks in Scotland and England. All across the UK. But things were starting to ease off, and so during that time, everybody was when I say everyone, loosely, everyone was at home. So if the postie arrived and the box didn't fit in, the postie could hand it to them. Whereas people were starting to phase back to work or go back to their usual older routines and that type of thing. And so what that meant was I was getting people that I was getting sent to the depot. So then that becomes not a good customer experience. So all of the things that I thought around making that a pack size of 30 just seemed like a really logical decision when it was on a business plan before I started. But then the reality of like listening to your customer feedback and looking at your margins and all the other things that I described, that's what helped make the change to the pivot. So I'm not going to give you numbers of revenue, but if I show you on a graph, it's a lot more appealing graph from the moment we changed the pack size to the year before when we'd had the previous pack size. It was like all the things on the graph were going in the right direction after 3 months of the new pack size, and that's a good thing. So yeah.